Nvidia closed down 10% today, and we got blasted in the comments section when we were talking about this potential sell-off down to 800, but now we're down at about 758. And before we get into this video and we talk about why we thought the sell-off was going to happen, and more importantly, where I think Nvidia's lows are going to be, which I'm just going to give it to you up front, I think it's probably about 700. I want to first start saying that I make these videos not because I'm dying to make them every single day. I make these videos because I know that 3-4 years ago, before I was a proven, profitable, consistent trader, that I hated, that I always felt that I was one step behind. And that's why I make these videos, trying to explain to you guys that you need to be careful, right? A lot of people are trading with way too much money than they really should be. And so many people comment on my videos like, oh, dude, people can't sustain the way that losses the way that you do in a downturn. And it's like, well, then you shouldn't be trading. If you can't sustain the losses in a downturn, then you just shouldn't be trading, because why would you assume that you're not going to lose? And I don't say this out of being mean, but I say it truly out of love, bro. Because like, I blew so much money when I first started trading, thinking that stuff only goes up. And if I saw someone like me on the internet who was saying something different, and especially too, like with Tesla specifically, I'm doing so fucking bad right now. Like, I'm up this year $518,000, but unrealized losses, meaning, I haven't closed out the positions yet. I have about $64,000 in Tesla losses. So it happens, right? But the reason that we were looking at this Nvidia setup is because we knew that we could not continue to just go up forever. We talk about this a lot, but if you're an institutional investor who was buying Nvidia anywhere down here between 164 or even down here between $400 to $500, would you continue to buy up price? If you were accumulating shares, would you continue to buy it when the stock is trading all the way up at $960? Of course you wouldn't. Of course not, because you're up so much money. And so the only way for price to continue to go up and up and up is if more buyers step in. And if everyone who got in down here, all the institutional investors who are up 100+% in the past 200 days, they are not going to continue to buy this up. The only people who are going to continue to buy this up is going to be retail. And the only people who are going to get stuck holding the bag is going to be retail. And that's why it fucking pisses me off, is because they yes, hedge funds lose, but like at the end of the day, it's mainly retail who's going to get the shit kicked out of them. And I hate it, because I know that in order for you guys to get into the market, in order for you guys to trade, in order for you guys to, to do this, like, you have to be a contrarian thinker and you have to take risk. But there's a difference between taking risk and just literally being the punching bag for big money and for Wall Street. And we've seen this happen for decades. And so that's my rant on trading with money that you shouldn't be trading with. That's my rant on thinking that stocks will only go up. Now we're going to talk about why we saw this potential position to the short side happening, and more importantly, where the hell do I think that this is going to bounce? And let's talk about some damage control. All right, because I know that there's going to be a lot of people in the comments, and I hope that you guys can be vulnerable in the comments, the way that I am when I talk about my losses. Fucking Wednesday lost $42,000, right? We had a strong close to the week, but Wednesday was a bloodbath for me. And the only way to be honest or the only way to get through it is to be honest and to be vulnerable. And so the reason that we were short on Nvidia, and we expected Nvidia to really continue to fade here, is because we finally broke below market bias. So this green red tape here, we are going to see that once we're in an expansion zone. So basically, when price is no longer just sitting here in these consolidation zones, we don't really want to be trading this. Once price breaks out and we're in this run or this expansion, price will usually hold over this green tape or this market bias. And as long as we're over the green tape and as long as we're over the market bias, we will continue to trade the bull side each and every single time. We teach this within our Discord community. If you guys want to learn how to trade this system very easily, go ahead and check it out. We have literally courses and seminars going over each and every single one of the indicators and how to use them, specifically in conjunction with each other. But once price is under, this is where we start to look to the bear side. And so the first bearish setup that we had is when price broke here at $900. So as price is trading within this market bias support level, we're waiting to see what happens as this liquidity level breaks. So we get the break on this liquidity level. We're waiting for this potential rejection off of market bias. take out a lower low at 872. So now we sell off into a lower low. It is at this point, now that we've tested market bias multiple times and we're trading under, that we know that we have a really good short opportunity on our hands. But we don't want to enter too early. So the next day, we end up getting this run, and this is where I ended up making the video, not jokingly, but this is where I ended up making the video where I said that I think that we were going to sell off down to $800, and everyone was joking with me because as soon as I made that video, we ended up seeing Nvidia literally run about 3.5%. However, if you notice, price did not hold over the market bias. We got rejected, we couldn't hold, and we sold off drastically, coming down to test a lower low and now continuing to sell off down to an even lower target of $760, which I didn't think was really going to happen that quickly. Which now leads us to the final thing. Where is this going to probably end up bouncing? And if we look at the weekly chart, you're going to see that the market bias is sitting here at $680. So I believe that next week we will probably see maybe a relief rally, a couple of percent, but I do think that we'll probably see Nvidia over the next couple of weeks back down at $680, which is another 10% pullback or another correction. If you look at that as well, this also lines up to perfection with our order block. So I think that we're going to see Nvidia in the next couple of weeks sell off at another 10 to 12% down to about $680. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day, get access to all of our indicators, all of my trading scripts. If you guys want to trade with us every day at our Discord community, get access to all of our private indicators, all of our real-time trade alerts, and much more, go check out our Discord community down below.